Right, let's take a look at what they've delivered us today. So, in here we should have China's version of Magnetic Embroidery hoops. However, they'll probably, oh, I've got some samples as well. So we have a beret. And here we have, right. So let's hope that's going to fit. What have we got? Oh, we have the 40 weight threads. The last lot I bought were only 500 meters, and these will be a whole kilometer. Oh yes. Bit of stabilizer. Some, oh, a few little bits and pieces to help. And yes, these are the 1000. Okay. What else? Ah, yes, a spool adapter for putting the, this is for magnetic threads to keep the spool vertical rather than horizontal. Oh, that's my wife. It's a hole cutter. And that should be a warehouse in Spain, obviously. That is the repositionable 5x7 frame. Now, comes with. Huh? Blimey, they are hot, tart. Yeah, okay. Pretty good magnets with that. That is the definitely the connector for the Brother that I've got. And these are actually very strong magnets. Right, we shall have to see how that works out when I get upstairs. We have another beret. And then, okay, I'm going to open these up separately. I shall be back. So, this is the hoop for the 5x7. And when I looked at the designs from the other companies that supply them, it's basically a very simple procedure in that you have a metal hoop. It's just metal. It's covered with a felt material, which is obviously going to protect your fabric. And then they supply magnets that go in the corner, and they're very, very strong. Stronger than I anticipated, because some people had said, well, the magnets aren't very strong. So I ordered neodymium magnets. They weren't very expensive. And if you can separate them, which is almost impossible. There we go, finally. Oh, they've got protectors on them as well, and they still stick. So I thought, rather than having a oh, okay, these are not going to come apart easily. Okay, they have now. So, rather than laying your material down and then just having these single points, I thought, what a better idea to be able to put one of these down and have all of that strength across a longer space. So that putting the material down, you can put these in place. I'm not going to take the others off because they're too hard. We'll see. Taking them off seems to be quite straightforward. You can slide them. but they are very, very, very strong. So it'll trap the material in all 4 places. So we'll give it a go and I shall report back. Okay, so this is the setup in the spare bedroom. This is my rather old Brother NV750E, but it's only got about 500,000 stitches, so hasn't been heavily used. It comes with a 4x4 and 5x7 frames. These are the typical ones that we all get when it comes to the machine. And I'm going to look and see if I can replace it with this magnetic hoop from Temu. It's a 4x4, I think I said earlier on it was a 5x7. The other one is a 5x12 repositional, but this is a 4x4. And you can see the extra magnets that I have. Now, magnets are very sticky. So be very careful with these for 2 reasons. One, when you put them together, they're very hard to get apart. And secondly, if you snap them together, they will break. They're quite fragile. So just be a little careful with them. And what I have found is, he says looking for one, if you get the 5mm ones, which is that, put it somewhere where it's not going to snap onto something. Yeah, you can see the problem. Right, so that one there is a little devil. It's actually being attracted by the other magnet, so let's put that over there. Oh, okay, everything's too magnetic around here. I'm going to hold it. So that is a 3mm, and that one is a 5mm. And the 5mm are much, much stronger than the 3s. Now you can double the 3s up to make them 6, and they work as if they are double the magnetism, but better to get the 5mm for this particular project. Now, it comes with several magnets. That's a point. I could use that to hold them. Ah, there you are. If you have a magnetic rule, you can use it to store your magnets. Right. Oh, that was clever. Okay. The magnets it comes with are actually stronger than I expected. Oh, we're having fun here, aren't we? I'd leave those all together. 2. And it said it came with 6, and in fact it came with 7. So, all right, fair enough. And it comes with a marking plate. And these obviously fit around the bracketry, because the ones that come with the standard hoops actually just drop inside. But obviously there's nothing to drop inside. The hoop itself is, gonna forget that, is covered in a flock material, which is obviously non-slip, and the back of it, similar material, which obviously protects it, along with a plastic strip, so that doesn't mark the plastic of the machine when it's installed. Now, let's see how it works. I'm just going to get set up with some stabilizer and some material, and we'll see how we get on. Back in a second. So I have a piece of no-show cutaway stabilizer, which is my favorite stabilizer to use. Just a single layer at the moment for this. Piece of cotton, just as a sample, and we're going to just lay them across. And what I would say is that the hoop itself comes with some very good instructions. Just a bit of details about how to use it, different ways to use it, and showing the use of the magnets to hold the material from garments out of the way. Let's just turn that around a second. So let's just see. So I'm just going to use the standard magnets that came with it first of all. Oh, love doing this one-handed. Keep it nice and taut. Keep it nice and taut on there as well. So it's on. Just give me a second to tighten this up. Yeah, you really do need two hands for that. Now, this might be a bit of a challenge. As you can see, where I have got the magnets placed, I've actually got quite a bit of tension with both the material, the fabric, and the stabilizer. But where there isn't one, it's a bit loose, or looser than I would like. So what I'm going to do now is apply these 5mm magnetic strips and just tighten those up in there and see what that looks like. Okay, so that's just used two of them, and now you can see you've got a much wider band of tension across the material. So what I'll try is I'm going to replace the round ones that are supplied with the hoop, and I'm just going to use the ones I've ordered extra and just see what that looks like. So I just replaced them with the long strips, and I think that is much better. It's got a definite drum-like feel to it. And if I think back to some of the more expensive hooping, magnetic hooping, I think there's one called a Magic something or other, and it has a complete magnet all the way around it, and I think this does just as good a job. Let's take a look at the back. Oh, needs tightening up at the back, so let's just get our fingers in there. And nope, yeah, I've got to do this together because that is so tight it's not going to pull out. Now, means you've got to be careful when hooping, but what it does mean is the material is not going to move once it's in the hoop, and that's the important thing about having a good hoop. So I do need to fix that before I put it on the machine, but I think that's proof to me that this is not going to allow the material to slide. So fingers crossed. I'm going to do a test embroider. I've got a couple of designs on the machine, and later on I'm going to try the 5x12 multi-position one, but that'll come up in the next video. But I think the point of this one was to show that a €32, I don't know what that is in dollars these days, about the same I think, and €3.60 magnets does just as good a job as one of the more expensive brand names. And I do wonder, when I look at the quality of these frames, just whether or not some of the ones that are sold under brand names are actually made in the same factories. Makes me wonder, doesn't it? All right, that's it for now, and I'll catch up with you later.